I'm Susan Koenig, and this is Somatics for You. This video is going to focus on the hamstring muscles. The hamstrings are the muscles in the back of the thigh, and at the knee, they bend the knee. At the hip, they actually extend the hip behind you, but we're going to be working with the knee function today. And many people really are only comfortable lying on their back, and clients and people in my classes are always asking me, how can I get to my hamstrings lying on my back? So I'm going to show you a movement that I like to do. It's a modification so that you can get to the hamstrings, the knee function of the hamstrings from lying on your back. I'm going to have my dog be quiet. And then I'm going to turn over into the prone position, lying on my belly, and show you a way that I actually like better, but it only works if you can also lie on your belly. So I'm going to start lying on my back. So I'm going to lie on my back. I'm going to do one leg at a time. It's much easier for the brain and for you to feel what's happening one leg at a time. So again, let me remind you what the hamstrings do at the knee is they bend the knee. And the hamstrings are on the posterior thigh. So the modification that works for me, and you really have to put your awareness into the movement you're doing, because you're going to see me do the movement, but you won't really perceive what I'm feeling. And so what I'm going to do is, as I bend my right knee, I'm scraping my heel along the floor so I create some friction. And it's that friction as I bend my knee that really allows me to focus on my hamstring, and I can really feel the hamstring contract. And then I'm going to do my best to keep my awareness in my hamstring as I allow my leg to lengthen again. So I'm working with my knee, my right kneecap and thigh straight up. I'm focusing on the back of my right thigh, and I'm doing the central position so that I'm theoretically getting all my hamstrings together. So once again, as I bend my knee, I'm scraping my heel along the floor so I create some friction, so that as I bend the knee, I can feel, which I can, that hamstring is working. And then I'm slowly going to come out of that. I, of course, have to lighten up on the friction. And then I'll rest. Now, we've got medial hamstrings and lateral hamstrings. To get the lateral hamstrings, I'm going to roll my leg outward. And now I'm going to scrape the outside of my heel along the floor as I bend my knee, and now I'm more focused on my biceps femoris or my lateral hamstrings. And I'm slowly going to release back down. I have to lighten up on the friction. And I'll repeat that one more time. I'm going to be my leg is turned outward. I'm going to be scraping the outside of my heel toward my body as I bend my knee, lighten my friction, and slowly straighten my knee, lengthening that muscle again to a longer resting length. To get my medial hamstrings, semimembranosus, semitendinosus, I'm going to roll my leg inward. I'm going to scrape along the inside, more of the inside part of my heel as I bend my knee. I can really feel those medial hamstrings, lighten my friction as I slowly release. And relax. I'll repeat that. Roll my leg in. Get some friction going as I bend my knee, focusing on the medial hamstrings, and then lighten the friction. Slowly release. And relax. Let me take just a few seconds to feel that. Oh yes, it's the muscle is quite highlighted in my awareness. I can really feel the difference between my right and left leg. It also feels like my right leg is longer. That's what it feels like. Okay, I'll do the 3 positions with my left leg. I'm going to start with in the center position with my kneecap more toward the ceiling. Create that friction as I bend my knee. And then lighten my friction as I slowly release. To get my lateral hamstring, I'm going to roll my leg outward. I'm scraping more the lateral side of my heel as I bend my knee. And then lighten that friction as I slowly release. Come to a full rest. Roll my left leg inward. Now scrape more the inside part of the heel. Slowly release. And relax. I would probably repeat each position 1 to 3 times. I really feel my left is highlighted now, but my right has remained quite highlighted. I probably am carrying more residual contraction in my right hamstring based on what I'm experiencing right now from doing those movements. Now I'm going to turn over onto my belly and show you my favorite hamstring position. And so if you're able to turn over onto your belly, this is an even better position, I think. So I'm going to turn over. I'm just going to let my head and neck be comfortable. I'm going to bend my right knee. And the trick is to come out of this very slowly. Very, very slowly. Just take your time and relax, and it's up to you how many times you want to repeat 1 to 3 times. Now, if I roll my leg, if I roll my leg inward versus outward, so I'm rolling my leg inward, I'm going to get the medial hamstrings. My heel is going to go out to my left. I'm on my left leg. I'm getting my medial hamstrings. And again, the key is to slowly release and relax. If you feel any cramping in your foot, let the cramp release and then repeat with less effort. Now I'm going to turn my leg out. I'm going to turn my leg outward, and I'm going to contract, and my heel is going to come toward my right buttock, my opposite buttock, and slowly release. I'll repeat on my right leg, center position. I contract, and now I'm slowly letting it release. If I want to add a little bit to it, I can recontract a little bit and then release a little bit more, recontract a little bit, and then very slowly release all the way. If I turn my leg outward, my heel goes towards my opposite buttock. I'm getting my lateral hamstring. I can really feel that. And again, I slowly release. I can recontract a little bit, release a little more, recontract a little bit, and then slowly release all the way. I can turn my leg inward, bend my knee, my heel goes out to the right. I really feel my medial hamstrings. Slowly release.
recontract a little if I want to add a little bit more, what I call oomph to the movement, release a little bit, contract a little bit, and slowly release all the way.
I usually take a moment lying on my belly just to feel the sensations from the movements I've been doing, and then I often turn over onto my back and again allow a few seconds to focus on the sensations from the movements I'm doing. Both of these hamstring moves are very effective, and I hope that you try them. Thank you.